I am Sonia James, student of M.Ed third sem. My presentation on the topic of status and development of sociology of education in the West. The sociology of education in the West is a vibrant, expanding, and policy relevant field that continues to grapple with its foundational concerns of social reproduction and equality, while also developing new lines of inquiry related to globalization, technology, and identity. Now, let's discuss about the sociology of education in the West from the perspective of foundational thinkers. Systematic sociology of education began with the work of early sociologists like Emily Durkheim and Max Weber. Durkheim conceptualized education as a system of transmitting societal, cultural, and moral order. Weber examined educationers' role in political control and status competition, linking it to a multi-dimensional approach combining structure and human agency. Post-World War II, the field gained renewed interest, initially influenced by technological functionalism in the US and egalitarian reform in Europe, suggesting education promoted social mobility. From the late 1960s onward, research, particularly from a conflict perspective, challenged functionalist views, revealing persistent links between social, class, race, and gender and education achievement, and suggesting that schooling often reflects rather than challenges existing stratification. The new sociology of education in the 1970s brought critical theories focusing on the relationship between schooling, knowledge, power, and ideology. Now let's learn current status and developments. Today, the field is a robust area of inquiry characterized by rigorous methodologies and a focus on significant social issues with policy implication. Key current developments and research areas include inequality and social stratification, globalization and neoliberalism, critical theory and postmodernism, macro-micro linkages, educational institutions as sites of study, technology and AI in education, diversity and multicultural education, inequality and social stratification. This remains a central theme with research examining how education affects and is affected by social class, gender, race, ethnicity, and immigrant status. Scholars continue to explore if education promotes equality or perpetuates disadvantages. Second point, globalization and neoliberalism. Researchers are actively studying the profound and often unanticipated effects of globalization on national education systems, including the impact of neoliberal policies such as accountability measures and market-based reforms on educational practices and outcomes. Third point, critical theory and postmodernism. Influenced by these intellectual movements, some sociologists view education through the lens of oppression and liberation, exploring the hidden curriculum that socializes students into compliant roles. Fourth point, macro-micro linkages. There is an ongoing effort to bridge the historical gap between macro-level structural forces and micro-level individual interactions and agencies, perspectives aiming for more integrated analysis of educational phenomena. Fifth point, educational institutions as sites of study. The internal workings of schools and universities are major areas of study, including recruitment, curricula, organizational climates, and issues like student alienation and teacher burnout. Sixth point, technology and AI in education. Emerging research is examining the integration of artificial intelligence in higher education and the complex resistance to technological change. Seventh point, diversity and multicultural education. Research continues on the schooling of minority groups, exploring how education acts as either an assimilation mechanism or a protector of unique cultural identities. The field employs diverse methodologies, often leading the way in the development of new research methods and statistical technique to analyze complex data sets and inform social policy. Prominent journals such as the British Journal of Sociology of Education and Sociology of Education publish ongoing research in these areas. Conclusion. In the West, the sociology of education has developed into a strong and influential field, moving from early theoretical ideas to wide research on inequality, culture, and schooling. Today, it plays an important role in understanding how education and society shape each other and helps guide efforts toward more fair and effective educational systems. Thank you.